Chatham grabs the checkered flag. He wins.
Back victories for Sam Bachman as he takes the win at the Port Royal Speedway.
Wins another one at the Knoxville Raceway. Blake Chapman wins.
A corner down here through the front straightaway. Watson gets the win here tonight.
Chad Greggs, a Knoxville Nationals champion. But to the checkered flag, Blake Christopherson, your winner at Lernerville. Here they come off of turn number 4. To the checkers, Templeton takes the win.
Through the back stretch into corners 3 and 4 out here. It's going to be Watson for the win.
The 56 wins. First time winner Randy Streets.
But your winner at Weed Sports is going to be Brandon Templeton in the Salty Dog.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another night here at On the Pole. We got something special here tonight, remembering the fallen here at Coast to Coast. We have here, we're running 50 laps here in the 358s. We're going to have time trials, which are going on right now. If I can get this dang thing to come up for me. There we go, coming up. And we head on down through the front stretch. And into the corner. You see there Mike Weeda. Hopefully this is working, and it looks like it is. Trying to see who else is out on track. Come on now. Give me what I need. There we go. Come on now. Where is what I want? All right, there we go. And then looking like everybody has qualified, with the pole being Brian Dickens with a 16.660. We get set to rock and roll here tonight from Volusia. I would say we got the 358s right now, and then we're going to follow it up with the GT3s at Looks like they're going to Alton Park for the GT3s. So if we can, while we're waiting here, can we take a moment of silence and remembrance of all those that gave their lives that fateful day back in 2001?
Hi guys, for warm-up we're going to go out again.
Okay, getting ready for warm-up. We got 5 minutes here of warm-ups here tonight. Definitely want to thank all these drivers coming out, putting on the show, along with the couple that are here tonight. As we said, to put on the show. Looks like we got looks like about 15 drivers here in the 358s at Volusia. And see them all getting set here for the start. We'll be back after this short break. Thank you all for tuning in here this September 11th.
These dollars had come together to support us, and we realized no, we didn't want to use them for us. We wanted to use them to help others.
The foundation has done so much for so many people. It helps any family that has somebody, whether it be a crew member or one of the drivers, that get hurt. We can help them to get through the situation.
I was injured in a non-wing sprint car accident that broke my neck and left me with a spinal cord injury. In the hospital 8 months, and that got really, really expensive, so having that extra help to help push me and my family forward was a big deal.
I was involved in a pretty gnarly sprint car crash, found out my brain was swelling and bleeding. Pelvic bone was broken, I had 2 cracked vertebrae on my back, and I was in the ICU a little over a week. The Steve King Foundation reached out to my parents. We received a donation from them. Immediately they started me on what's called neurofeedback. and insurance did not cover the neurofeedback appointments. So we received another donation from the Steve King Foundation. It really helped a lot, and I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to the Steve King Foundation for everything that they have done for me. This last Sunday I got to turn laps in my modified here. That was my first laps back in a race car since the accident, and I truly believe that if it wasn't for the Steve King Foundation, I wouldn't be able to do that or be where I'm at today.
Yes, Steve's death is the reason the foundation exists, but it's Steve's life and it's the lives of racers everywhere is the reason we're able to do the work we do.
All right, we're back here at Volusia, getting ready here tonight on this 9/11, beautiful September afternoon we had today. We get rolling here. We'll get with our grid. We got Brian Dickens out there in front. Kirk Schatzer there second. Chad Lackey third. Dylan Kinsey will start fourth tonight. Mike Weeda there fifth. Billy Roberts there sixth. Ryland Banks in seventh. William Watson there eighth. Greg Boydell there in ninth. Michael Vitale there in 10th. Sam Bachman 11th. Bob DeGood there in 12th. In 13th tonight, that's going to be starting Jeff Barker with Scott Zanacker there in 14th. Bob Curtis there in 15th. That is your starting field here tonight, as they'll take one more lap around of Volusia before we drop that green flag on the 50-lap shootout here tonight. I want to thank everybody for tuning in here at Coast to Coast Racing Network. Green flag is out, and we're down and away here at Volusia. And we go into turn number 1, 3 wide. In the corner number 1 they go. Back down there to the bottom side. That's the 51. There, or I'm sorry, the 91. There, wait a moment. Trying to figure out who that is down there. Is that Dylan Kinsey or... No, Chad Lackey there in the 91. The 639, Dylan Kinsey up there. The 218, Kurt Schatzer as your leader right now. As we said, 50 laps the distance here at Volusia. Greg Boydell did not take the green, so 14 cars on the track. As you see Bob Curtis back here at the back trying to make some laps here in that 012 machine. I come there off of turn number 2 down that back straightaway. You're seeing Brian Dickens there. He works up there off the corner. Billy Roberts there in 5th. Chad Lackey 4th. Mike Weeda up there in 6th. They come down through turns 1 and 2. Brian Dickens there in 3rd now. He got around Chad Lackey. Chad Lackey's falling back now into that 5th position. Down there on the inside they go off of turn number 4 here at lap number 6. Down in the corner number 1. They are down on the inside. And they work up off the corner. You see that 122. Brian Dickens up there on the top side looking there to try to get by Dylan Kinsey. Long race here for dirt trackers as we come there off the turn 4 down in the corner number 1 once again. And now Brian Dickens is going to look to the inside there of the 639, Dylan Kinsey. Cannot quite get there. They come off the corner, down in the corner number 3 and 4. Here comes Dickens now getting that job done down there on the inside if he can. But not quite. Up here off the straightaway in the corner number 1. Chad Lackey there in 4th. Billy Roberts back here 5th. Got the 66 there of Mike Weeda. Back here in 6th. William Watson in 7th. Dylan Banks back here in 8th. Michael Vitale back here in 9th. Bob DeGood there in 10th. We see Sam Bachman in 11th. Scott Zanacker there in 12th. Working down the backstretch. Chad Lackey 3rd. Brian Dickens 4th as they keep working down through here. Kurt Schatzer really putting on the show out there in front as we got Chad Lackey back underneath Billy Roberts here. Or I'm sorry, no, under Brian Dickens. Right, Billy Roberts now coming up there in that number 66, working down there into the corner. And he's number 8 on your scoreboard. If you're getting confused on where Billy Roberts is on the scoreboard, he's number 8 on the scoreboard. Chad Lackey's number 60, as they are car number 91 there. And hang on to it. Looks like Billy Roberts had to check up. He's going to end up falling back behind the 66 of Mike Weeda as they work down there through corner number 3 and 4. Back out here onto the front stretch. Lap number 12 of 50 underway as they work down here through off the corner. You see Kurt Schatzer out there. Dylan Kinsey there second. Jack Lackey back here in fourth. As they bring it up off the corner. Schatzer still your leader. Brian Dickens there in third. Chad Lackey fourth. Dylan Kinsey there second. You see there comes Brian Dickens down there to the inside once again. Can't quite make anything happen. These drivers here are at lap 14 of the 50. Great racing here tonight, I will say. As you see the 513 there of Jeff Barker. Bob Curtis back here in that 012. Just trying to work his way up off the corner, back onto the front stretch. Dylan Kinsey there second. Brian Dickens there third. Chad Lackey back here in fourth. Mike Weeda in fifth as they work here off the turn number 2, down the back straightaway, in the corner number 3. Forgive me, folks, I'm battling a little bit of a sore throat here tonight, but doing the best we can as we see Kurt Schatzer out there in front. Dylan Kinsey rolling there second. Got Brian Dickens now looking to the inside, and he got Chad Lackey back at his bumper. Working down there through turn 1 and 2. Chad Lackey's there in fourth. Getting right up there to the bumper. Gives a little bump there to the 122, Brian Dickens. As they work down there through turn 3 and 4, looks like Lackey's letting them know, hey, I'm here. I want around. Can't quite get there, though, to make the pass. As they work off of 2, back down that back straightaway. Everybody's looking good. And come here off turn number 4, down here onto the front straightaway. Kurt Schatzer down into corner number 1. Everybody side by side, looking great here. Brian Dickens there in third. Chad Lackey there fourth. Mike Weeda there fifth. Working there off in the corner number 4. Once again out here onto the front straightaway. Here at lap number 20. Kurt Schatzer looks like he's going to try to... Wait. Oh, Kurt Schatzer's out front. Sorry. I'm looking for William Watson. That's who I'm looking for. William Watson back here in the number 23. It looked like he was going to go underneath the 66 of Billy Roberts. Could not quite get there. But up there is Mike Weeda and that 66 machine working down through the back stretch down here in the corner number 1. Or, I'm sorry, corner number 3. Down here off of 4. Back out onto the front stretch. We see Dylan Kinsey down there on the inside. Can't quite get there. Brian Dickens, Chad Lackey going at it. Chad Lackey getting the move on Brian Dickens. Now he's going to try to get there. Brian Dickens to the middle. Can't quite go and get into that gap, though, as Chad Lackey closes it up down there in the corner number 1. Brian Dickens back to 4th as they work off of 2 down that back straightaway. Here at lap number 23. In the corner number 3 and 4. Up there to the high side. That's the 66 of Mike Weeda. Bringing them on down through. They're going 3 wide back here with the 7 of Bob DeGood and the 007 of Sam Bachman. And right in front of them is Michael Vitelli in at 213 as they work down here in the corner number 3 and 4. Back out here on the front stretch. Down there 3 wide as they work down off the corner onto the back stretch. The 639 there, Dylan Kinsey under fire from Chad Lackey. Chad Lackey got a run here. Can he get there? He will. And now he's got underneath Kurt Schatzer now as well. As it looks like Chad Lackey's starting to get a groove down there on that inside lane, getting underneath that slick, finding that grip down there on the low side as they work down here in the corner number 3 and 4. Lackey way down there against that inside wall. Not much to work with down there, but he's doing a great job getting that thing to hook and get down there. As you see him way down there underneath that slick spot as they work there off of 2. And he starts to pull away as he's got Dylan Kinsey there working right there behind him. He sees the line that Lackey is running. He's going to try to imitate that there up off of 4. As he got Kurt Schatzer running up there on the top side. Schatzer can't quite get down there to where he wants to be. As the 639 of Kinsey is there down here in the corner number 3 and 4. 23 laps to go. There you see the 122, Brian Dickens, coming back into the frame as they work up off of 4 down here in the corner number 1 and 2. A little bit further back, you see the battles going on. There comes William Watson up through as he's now up there in the 5th, getting around Mike Wida and Billy Roberts. As they battle it out, here comes Dickens. He's going to get around Schatzer coming there off of turn number 4 down here in the corner number 1. Out there leading is still Chad Lackey as he made a great run down there on the inside. Little bump there to the FTM machine of Dylan Kinsey as they work down here through turn 3 and 4. Great run here tonight, I will say, as we got no cautions here so far tonight. Over halfway. Great run here at Volusia tonight as they work there off of turn number 3. Back down that back straightaway. Kurt Schatzer falling back through the field now as we see Watson coming up there on the top side. Going to try to get that top side to work. He will do so and getting around Kurt Schatzer. Chad Lackey still out there in front. Followed by Brian Dickens now with Dylan Kinsey there in 3rd. William Watson 4th. Kurt Schatzer in 5th. Billy Roberts back there in 6th. Down there on the inside you see Kurt Schatzer trying to get up there to William Watson. Can't quite get there as of yet, but he's going to keep trying. But he's working through the slickest part of the racetrack through 1 and 2 is what it looks like to me. As they work down there in the corner number 3 and 4, you can see just that how slick that stuff is. As they work there off the corner. In the corner number 1 they go once again. See the dust flying there off the cars as they work down here off the corner. Brian Dickens out there in 2nd. Dylan Kinsey back here in 3rd. William Watson back here for it. Billy Roberts up there in 6th as he tries to move it on up. And he sets the sights on Schatzer. Dickens up there in 2nd. Kinsey there 3rd. Watson still hanging on to 4th now. He's done a great job getting his machine up there into the mix of things. Finding that groove up there into the corner. Gathering up there. He's going to get to the outside there of the Dylan Kinsey. Will get around him down here in the corner number 1. Kinsey now battles back down on the inside. Can't quite get there as he works off of 2. Still going to be held there by William Watson for 3rd place as they work through 3 and 4. You see Lackey come there off the bottom side. Working down here off of the corner. William Watson now up there in the 3rd. Dylan Kinsey there for it. All right, continue to work down here. Kurt Schatzer there 5th. Billy Roberts there 6th. Mike Wida back here in 7th. We said Chad Lackey, your leader. Great job. Fell back a little bit there at the start, but battled his way back up there. Found that groove down there on the inside. He is up 2 spots from where he started. Great job running that inside lane. Work down here off the corner. Back onto the backstretch. Everybody sees everything going on. Up off of turn number 1 now. Chad Lackey, your leader. Brian Dickens 2nd. William Watson here in 3rd. Way up there on the outside cushion of the racetrack. Trying to keep that momentum high as he rolls down the backstretch. Now he's going to give a slider into the corner. And comes up there. Trying to find any line that works as he runs the top through 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, then he runs a short slider. Coming there in 3 and 4. Working there off. 7 laps to go for Chad Lackey. Back here fighting for positions. Kurt Schatzer, Billy Roberts. Along with Mike Guido. Mike Guido's looking on, looking maybe there to the inside. They work there off in the corner, number 3. Down off the backstretch. Here he comes. Billy Roberts down there on the inside. Can't quite get there. As Kurt Schatzer's sitting there in 6th. Billy Roberts hangs on the outside. Dylan Kinsey up here in 4th as they all are single file out there through the front. Quite a bit there as they roll off. Curtis in the pits in that 012. And roll down here off the corner in the corner number 1. Yeah, they roll here off of turn number 3. Billy Roberts back there in 5th. Dylan Kinsey there 4th. William Watson there 3rd. Brian Dickens there 2nd. Chad Lackey out there in the front. Up off the corner. There you see them working there. Ryland Banks, 3 laps to go for Chad Lackey. Brian Dickens and company here as they work off of turn number 4. 2 laps to go now. Kurt Schatzer there in 6th. Sam Bachman there in 8th. Mike Guida in 7th. Bob DeGood back here in 12th. Jeff Barker in 11th. Scott Zanacker back here in 13th as they roll down here through corner number 1 and 2 for the final time. There you see Chad Lackey up off the 2, down here in the 3, and in the 4 as he's down there on that inside. Bringing it up here off, and he'll get the win here tonight at Volusia in the 358s for this fun run here tonight. Thank you all for coming out. It was a great pleasure watching the 358s. Let's see, are any of them going to come in to speak tonight? Now you see Sam Bachman there in 8th. Great job. Mike Guida. We'll get our grid showing here, or our results showing. Chad Lackey gets the win. Brian Dickens there 2nd. William Watson there 3rd. Dylan Kinsey 4th. Billy Roberts there in 5th. Kurt Schatzer 6th. Mike Guida there in 7th. Sam Bachman there 8th. Ryland Banks there in 9th. Mike Vitale there in 10th. Jeff Barker 11th. Bob DeGood there 12th. Scott Zanacker there 13th. Bob Curtis there 14th. Greg Boydell there in 15th. We got 3rd place finisher William Watson. Good evening, William. How's it going?
Good. How you, bud?
I'm doing well. Great to see so many drivers come out for this special event here tonight.
Yeah, I didn't even know about it. I just saw you go live and ran in the room real quick and turned it on. Y'all was qualifying, so I hit register. It said closed, but I hit register and it let me in. So I just barely got in here.
Well, for barely getting in, you did a great job. You got there up in the 3rd tonight.
Yeah, I feel like I could have did more. I think I waited too long to go because I was holding back for a little while. I think until like lap 25, 26 is where I should have went. And I stayed there till about 28, I think, 29. And I should have went a little earlier. We were running about the same lap times there at the end. I don't think I could have caught first place. Who was that? Lackey?
Yeah, that was Chad Lackey. He found something down there on the bottom, man, and it worked.
Yeah, he was running 4s at the end where we were in 6th and for 2nd and 3rd there, so he was running a heck of a race.
Well, congrats. Does this give you any sense of how next season might play out? I mean, no cautions tonight. That doesn't always happen, right?
Yeah, I was actually hoping for one, but yeah, it don't always happen. It's good when it does. It means we can get some good clean racing. So it's always fun to do that.
Yeah, it was definitely great clean racing out here tonight, and you moved up through the field there pretty well. You got sponsor shots. Anybody you want to thank for getting that third place tonight?
Teammates at FDM, Spawn Speed Shop, Super Performance, GripHacks.com. Dirt Car Series, Vortex graphics for the wraps, Shaggy TV, you for host, for broadcasting, and Coast to Coast for giving us a race.
All right, well, my pleasure tonight, especially. And you're gonna. I know they're running GT3s a little later. Are you running in them, or you don't do road stuff?
I mean, actually I used to be a road guy. Like when I used to play like sports and stuff. That's all I did was road. But I dabbled a little bit on iRacing here. I don't have those cars. They're $12 to buy them. I don't know.
All right.
I gotta buy the car, but I do road races. I haven't done them here recently.
All righty. Well, congrats again, getting third place tonight, and good luck on the upcoming season. I'll see you on track then.
I appreciate it.
All right, here's Brian Dickens now, our second place finisher. Good evening here, Brian. How's it going?
Doing good, buddy. How about you?
I'm doing well. How are you tonight?
Doing very well.
Well, you did a great job getting up there, holding on to second. I know you started on pole, just couldn't quite hold back Lackey there.
Yeah, I was trying to set a lower pace, and everybody just wanted to go, so I let it go a little bit, and Lackey got around them two and got a little gap on me, and I just could never close it back up. I was gaining a little bit, you know, at the end, but I just couldn't put every lap together to do it. So all good race. Congrats to Chad.
Yeah, it was a great race. He found something there on the bottom. I don't know if you tried running that line or not, but
yeah, I ran the bottom in 1 and 2. I never completely committed to going to bottom and coming off of 4. I felt like there was a little bit more speed in the slider in 3 or 4. I think it was. I just couldn't I couldn't close the gap up.
yeah, and that can happen. So, congrats again tonight, getting second. You got sponsor shout outs. Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, got Hammer Down Racing. We got Brandon, Kurt, Joe, and our new guy Mike Weeda. Want to thank him for coming in, and look forward to running with him in the future year. We'll run with him on asphalt a lot over the years. But yeah, we got Dirt Track Bank. Got to thank you for doing the broadcast. C2C for doing everything they do, and that's about it, man.
All right, well, congrats here. September 11th, getting that second place, and we'll see you on track next season.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right, well, Brian Dickens, Chad Lackey, our winner here from Victory Lane. Good evening there, Lackey. How's it going?
Pretty good yourself, Adam.
It's going well. Were you coming in here thinking you had the car to beat?
Not exactly. I was not expecting the bottom to come in as good as it did there, so that definitely helped out. I thought tonight was just going to be a single file on the top, but lucky enough that bottom came in. So yeah, I just stuck it down there and it held for me. So yeah.
Yeah, you looked like you found that bottom lane to run really good, and it didn't look like there was much room for air with it, to be honest.
There was actually quite a bit of room for quite a bit of, not as much, sorry. There was not a lot of room down there for to make your moves. You had to nail it pretty much perfect almost every time to get that nice run off the corner. Off the start there, the first green flag, I tried the bottom there right away, and I almost went from third to first going down the back stretch. So I knew that bottom was fast at the start, but I didn't want too many people to know that, so I moved my way back up to the top there to follow everyone else. And I was just trying to strategize a little bit. I wanted to burn the top off just a little bit, just so I could save that bottom there when I needed to and make my passes, and that's what I did.
Yeah, I mean, you looked really great out there and made the passes when it counted and got yourself up there in the victory lane here tonight.
Yeah, feels really good. But yeah, like I said, I was not expecting to be up here tonight. Honestly, I figured I had a top 5 car tonight, but I wasn't expecting to be on the podium or pole there first, I guess I should say.
Victory lane.
Yeah, I sound shocked, don't I?
Yeah, well, you did a great job. You got sponsors, shout-outs, anybody you want to thank here tonight for getting that victory?
Yeah, of course, Billings Motorsports, Vertex Graphics, Yurishi Media, all the guys there in Discord. Of course, got to thank you, Adam, for putting on this broadcast. Everyone at C2C for running this. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, of course, Dean Reynolds for sponsoring us, so definitely mention him.
Alrighty, well, you did a great job. Congrats, and we'll be back here in about, looks like, I'd say, what, another half hour? Well, a little less than a half hour, I guess. We'll be back racing at Olton Park for GT3s. I don't know if you run road or not, but that's where I'm heading.
Tried it once and never again. I'll put it that way. No, it's not for me, that's for sure. Tonight, I was supposed to have my new wrap on my car, but that's why it's in the broadcast. It probably says I'm number 60 because it's my new. I'm going to number 60 now, my new wrap. So, unfortunately, my wrap didn't get finished for tonight. So, hopefully next time.
Yeah, you're running number 91 on track, but on the scoreboard it says 60.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out the confusion there. That's
You're not the only one.
Alrighty.
Billy Roberts was trying to confuse me too. He was running one of the number 66s out there.
Yeah.
And on scoreboard he's number 8.
Oh, there you go. Glad I'm not the only one.
No, you're not the only one, but, I mean, what do you expect for a fun night? Little things like that can happen since we're in between seasons, and can't wait to see what you do next season.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thanks again.
All righty, we'll see you down on track next season.
All right.
So that was Chad Lackey, our winner here. Thank you all for tuning into this first segment here. We'll be back in a little while here as we get set for the GT3 race at Olton Park. So hopefully everybody's enjoying everything so far, and thank you all for watching here tonight, this September 11th.
It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Gets on the champion, trying to be a bit of a hiatus, so let's get.
Tonight we'll be talking about it.
Alrighty, yeah, I'm gonna hang around to see. I mean, I don't see anybody in there yet.
Outpouring of love was amazing. These dollars had come together to support us, and we realized no, we didn't want to use them.
Okay, so you're not going to. So what you're saying is, you know, you're not going to have the car count for
the
that.
foundation has done so much for so many people.
Okay.
It helps any family that has somebody, whether it be a crew member or
all right, sounds good there, Jeff.
That get hurt. We can help them to get through the situation.
I was injured in a non-wing sprint car accident that broke my neck and left me with a spinal cord injury. I was in the hospital 8 months, and that got really, really expensive, so having that extra help to help push me and my family forward was a big deal.
I was involved in a pretty gnarly sprint car crash. Found out my brain was swelling and bleeding. Pelvic bone was broken. I had 2 cracked vertebrae on my back.
All right, everybody. So it looks like we're going to be cutting this short as we don't have really anybody coming in for GT3s that'll be worth putting on a broadcast for us. So thank you all for coming out and watching the 358s. Everybody take care. Have yourself a wonderful rest of 9/11 here in the States. And we'll see you next season out on track in the big blocks and then down there or up here in the booth for the Pro Late Models on Thursday nights. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you later.